Hi, that's Jeanette. If you guys don't know,
Hi,
Jeanette,
guys.
yeah, she's basically handling all our media now, and she's been a great asset, just kind of keeping things together back of the house, and she's just a really, really good person. So, Jeanette, these are all. So why don't we just go ahead and introduce Tina? You go first. I'll just go down basically the way it looks to me right now, and just quickly say who you are, what restaurant you are, and that's it, really.
I'm Tina Hutchinson from J&J Seafood.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. And then Mike?
Michael Salmon, Flyberg Char Grilled Chicken.
Awesome. Rosa?
I'm Rosa Madrigal from Papa's Tapas Restaurant.
And Jeanette, we know who you are.
Yes, I'm here. I just jumped on to say hi, guys. Hi, guys.
And Phil actually wanted to join. Phil, you're a liquor rep, right?
Yeah, so my company, we manage, I live in Delray Beach, but all of my business is export. I manage wine and spirit brands throughout the Caribbean and Latin America. And so I just wanted to learn from your experiences and how maybe we could extend something like this into the Caribbean, who's also hurting very badly.
Gotcha. And then I'm sorry, your name says home there. Who is that?
Yeah, is that me? Is you talking to me? Yeah.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm sorry. My name is Mark Myers. We own Lindberger's Restaurants.
Lindberger's. Awesome.
And I'm just kind of on behalf of the Delray store. The other chapters are helping us in Jupiter and Wellington, so that's great. But yeah, I'm kind of here for the Delray location.
Cool. Awesome. Well, the first thing I notice about everybody that's in this room is almost to the person, everybody who's here is doing a lot of the things right, you know? So it's kind of funny. The people that need to be here aren't here, and the people that probably don't need to be here are the ones that are here right now. But that's probably why you're in the position that you are, because you're being proactive. You're willing to kind of take on new stuff, and you realize that going forward, this platform or the idea of social media is going to be something that's going to be vital as the restaurant business, you know, with the occupancy rates and the reliance on pickup and to-go food and all those things starts to become more of a part of your business than maybe it was. So I just wanted to let everybody know that the one thing we do like on our end is reports. So sometimes we do events with people, or we just try to check up on people. So, you know, if you're ever talking to other restaurants out there, I know Tina's very good about it. Mike's usually very good about it. Rosa also, just so we've got some data to go with, you know, to see if things are working. You know, on other levels. So the first question I want to ask everybody is, how is your business doing on days that are not events? So days that we're not pushing you, or we're not getting on Facebook Live, or we're not posting that you're one of the featured restaurants. Are you seeing an increase in business on those other days? So Tina, I don't know if you're
I'm not. Yeah, I've been out for a month.
Yeah.
We closed, so I'd pass on this.
But you did have a good night last night, right?
We had a very good night, but you did mention us, so I don't know if it was from the mention or, you know, at this point, I don't have the data for you, but I have a feeling that it was because you mentioned us, you know, that.
So yeah, we've noticed basically statistically that when we do Facebook mentions, so that's what I'm finding now is I mentioned Rosa as well with Papa's Tapas. I'm finding that the event, it's really, Facebook loves video. Facebook loves video. They say it. Everybody we spoke to a rep or somebody that knew somebody and worked for Facebook, and they basically told me video takes such a priority now. So I think those Facebook Lives, even if you're not on the schedule, if I just get out there and just say, you know, crustaceans open tonight, crab boil, or Rosa's got Papa's Tapas up. I think sometimes, you know, with 11,000 eyeballs out there, I mean, all you need is 50 of them, you know what I mean? 40 of them to get off the sidelines and get involved. So I think that going forward, what we're trying to do is I'm trying to get the other chapters, because it seems like nobody wants to get in front of the camera but me. I don't know why. You know, if they can give me like almost like, I hate to say Matt Lauer, so I'll say somebody else, like a reporter, you know, who gets the feeds from every different chapter. Okay, who do we have today? What's going on? And if I could just get on each chapter channel and do that, I think that we're going to see some results there as we move forward.
You mean
Mike,
kind of like a Carrie Sanders there, John? Kind of like a Carrie Sanders?
yeah, Carrie Sander, that's a better example. We like Carrie. Anyway, I'm sorry, Lindberger, what's your name again?
Yeah,
I'm
Mark.
sorry.
Mark, I'm sorry. Yeah, Mark.
Mark,
Yeah.
have you noticed a pickup of outside of the days that you're doing stuff? I know you guys do like a $10 burger, right?
Yeah, so here's our kind of story. So we've been in this location for 37 years. My father started it. So we have a wonderful a relationship with the community that we're in. So they're taking very good care of us. So my story is a little bit different, being that I have been kind of reluctant to join what you guys are doing. Now I'm on there. I think I posted one time about a tip that a child gave our servers. It was a really cool story. And I sent that. And, but we're not so much, I'm having a challenge. I'm challenged by you guys are doing these really cool things like the chicken pot pies, and I'm reading it every single day, all day. I'm keep checking in. We don't have really, I don't have any of the ideas yet where like you put in, like this is going to be the offer and it's going to be times 100 covers or something like that. Right. So we're just kind of going off the menu normally. And lucky enough, I think it's just because of history and stuff that we're getting through okay. Of course, we have a skeleton crew. Of course, I'm negotiating with landlords. Of course, I'm negotiating with the food companies, of course. But it's seemingly like we are kind of breaking even, if that makes any sense, and paying people as we go. But I have yet to feel confident enough to contact you guys and just say, hey, I want to do this offer, because I don't know what that offer would be. It's almost like we're just kind of the menus there and order off of it. So as far as that goes, yes, we're doing it. I would never want to complain, because I feel that we're doing the best we could possibly do right now. And I love hearing the stories of, you know, Tim Finnegan. I saw that on the video. I mean, really cool stuff. So I love that everyone's doing that. I just haven't partaken in the set menu type of thing yet, just not knowing what to do there.
So the one thing I would always recommend is post your menu every day. You know, just post it every day. That's the best thing. That's not spamming. What's spamming is when you give me that same menu 5 times in the same day,
right?
Which we get a lot of. So I would say post your menu. And then maybe follow up, you know, a picture of a sizzling burger or something like that is another way to just kind of tap people on the shoulder that you're there. You know, organic, authentic, you know, not spammy type stuff works best. You know, people love seeing that, you know, picture of food being done. I know with Rosa, she did one of her Papa making a paella, and I think we got like 100 comments on that. And, you know, it's just kind of keeping people top of mind, keeping yourself top of mind, just kind of tapping people on the shoulder. But I know you guys, were you doing the $10 burger? Because, there was an instance where I guess one of the Lindbergers wasn't doing it, and somebody posted like, hey, the guy was rude. They're not doing the $10 special over there. What the hell? We deleted the comment, but was there synergy going on between the two restaurants?
The Lantana did it, Kim?
I saw Lantana posted 2 burgers for $10. I had no idea.
Yeah. So yeah,
Lantana has been working with the Boynton and the Lake Worth chapter. Lantana has been.
Yeah, so Lantana is a franchisee of ours. So our company-owned stores are Jupiter now. They've been with us for 12 years, so I know her very well. But she did not let me in on anything that she was doing. And if anybody at any of my locations said, no, we don't take it, then that upsets me greatly. This is the first I'm actually hearing of that, so I'm going to have to find out. But yeah, I mean, we're the company that does everything we can to, you know, make the customers happy. And we absolutely will do specials and do all that kind of stuff and run coupons and all that kind of stuff. Like we're doing in Jupiter. Jupiter's our newest store. It's only 4 months old, so of course it has no history to have, you know, built it up and had a nice solid foundation. So we just had opened. And on Tuesdays we're doing buy a burger, get one free, and we just were slammed last Tuesday. So it was great, but it's not like company wide. We're kind of doing it individual stores depending on the need, kind of thing.
Okay, all right. And then Rosa, I think we know your story. You've actually just had one of the best days you've had off of not doing an offer or not really pushing anything. So that's great. You're seeing basically all the other days come up. Mike, I think we know the same thing for you, right? Your pot pies have absolutely taken off. Like, I think you're doing 200 this week.
Well, that's what we're shooting for. You know, I want to just touch back on something you said before, that I commented on as far as check average and such. This past Tuesday, I used to be open 10 hours a day to 9. And this past Tuesday, I had the best day I've had in 6 months. And while, what did I say? I did 152 pot pies. That was $1,500. But I did better than double that on this add-on. Oh, you got a chicken. Oh, you know what's great is a salad and so on and so forth. And I did it in 5 hours. So I had my best day in half the time. Wow. With a smaller labor footprint and so on. So there's some, being forced into this corner has had me kind of fighting out like a cornered animal in a way that I have to be as smart as possible. Now, one thing I have not done, and I think that this might address what, I'm sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. I'm cautious not to do is to discount my lead items, which is how the pot pie came in, because I sort of feel like there's no going back if you go down too hard. You know what I mean? Because that's your signature is your signature. And so the pot pie was just something I actually used after 9/11 in New York, because we were doing 3,000 covers a day and that went to 0. So I needed some hooks and, coming up with something out of the box within the mise en place you've got in the store. People have been very responsive to this warm, comforting sort of vibe. And, that said, the day after wasn't so good. But, there are pockets of like tremendous response. And once I have them, I feel like, just to state the obvious, this platform is such an anomaly and such a gift, because you could not buy the demographic we have here through one form of media. You could buy front page of every magazine, newspaper, billboards, radio. You could do everything. You couldn't reach this. You got 10,000 members. Well, there's probably more than 2 people in a house. You're looking at probably 20, 25,000 diners with disposable income who don't want to cook anymore. And I just tried to lock into Tuesday pot pie dinner. I had no idea that it would work so well, and it's working well. I was able to bring someone. I mean, the first week we did it, I made payroll on it. I told John that. I said, I made payroll. And it was not, I wasn't too far off it, but nothing worse than coming up short on payroll, right? You're going into your pocket. And then I was able to bring someone back, a mother of 3. She came back and joined this week. So these incremental little things and just keeping people aware of this. And we posted a video where I introduced my staff. I had them all lined up with their name cards and so on, and I had them all pass the ServSafe. But damn, that thing I pulled down close to 2,000 views. Wow. And the one I did 3 days before that, again, to your video point, John, it was just like a little music and a couple of shots of the grill on fire and whatnot. Burger be the same way as you talk about a sizzling burger. I had over 2,700 views with over 200 click-throughs to my website. We're reaching people here that have nothing better to do than to go on a computer or a device of some sort. And to that point, John, you made this. I just do this one thing: Pot Pie Tuesday. Pot Pie Tuesday. It's a very clear, crisp message. Anyone can open up on any device and you can see it. Some of the menus that are out there are just, you can't focus on, So I would love to see an awesome burger, with a great picture. I'm buying. It's an impulse, but I don't have to make a decision. One of the little catchphrases I came up with before this happened, I said, if you don't want to go out to eat, you don't want to cook, come over for chicken. I tried to find this comfortable little spot. I think making this decision that people are now making once and twice a day, every day for however long moving forward, however easy it can be, people will fall into a routine to eat at the restaurants they ate at before and then some, where they're finding you or they didn't know you were there. I mean, I've got more people saying, I live around the corner. I didn't even know you were there. I'm like, around the corner. And they're literally around the corner. So, one of the things I learned from media over my years is that when you put something up, have it what they call a call to action. In other words, it's great just to see it, but tell them, like, lead them into doing something about it. Like, get your pre-order now before you're sold out, or get the burgers while they're on the grill. We got one with your name on or something. Just make it as connect this way so that they know. So I've gotten rid of Taco Tuesday in my own right. I'm just making it Pot Pie Tuesday. I just want people to go, oh, it's Tuesday. It becomes this routine sort of thing, because this is the new normal. We're not waiting for the new normal. We're in it, you know?
So that's one of the things we've tried to do, you know, with the whole, that was one of the successes we had, even with Tina right out of the gate, was the idea of getting people to order a day in advance. You know, exactly that, call them to action, get them off the sidelines. We've had some, you know, some issues with the restaurants just handing us their menus. And we've had this in Fort Lauderdale too, where, you know, these guys are like, yeah, that's great. Here's our menu, go ahead. And it's like, well, there's no call to action there. You know what I mean? You're not, even if you're just packaging the food in a different way. I'm not saying you got, you know, like Tina and I were talking this morning, I'm not saying you have to give people a 20% discount or a 15% discount for social, you know, I don't like that even, because that's not the value proposition with the members. The members want to help the restaurants. They want to get in there. So the idea for the restaurants is, we want you to run mean and lean. We want you guys to get all your orders up front. We want you to know exactly how much food you need to order, how much labor you need. You can call people back, even if it's just for that one day. You can do all those things. That's the value proposition. So, you know, it's an idea of maybe doing something that's normally on your menu. One of the most successful nights we had was Jimmy's Bistro. Jimmy's from West Virginia. And Jimmy just decided to do comfort food. He's like, I'm going to do a West Virginia country dinner. And he did chicken dumplings, and he did pork chops, and he did beans, and it was awesome. And he did a pineapple upside down cake. I can still tell you exactly what the menu was. But yeah, it got great engagement. People got involved. There was a great story to go along with it. But Mike, I never saw that video. Where did you post that video of the employees?
Babe, I'm pretty sure it went up. We posted it up on your site.
Wow, it's amazing. I think I get everything, and then I miss so much. That's the other thing. You never know how these algorithms are functioning. That's why I just post and post and post, you know? But yeah, I definitely want to check that out.
Yeah. Oh, sweetheart.
That's all right. Leave her alone. She's all right. So one of the questions, there's two big questions I want to ask you guys. The first one is, obviously, Mike, you know, we've been hearing a lot about the value. I got a great comment right before I came on from somebody in Boca who basically said how useful this is, and how she used to live in Portland, and there was like a thing called the Williamette there. And, you know, she's gone to Yelp. She used to go to Google to find out restaurant reviews. But she loves this platform because all you got to do is say, looking for Chinese food. And bam, everybody's coming at you talking about their favorite Chinese food, where you need to go. And, you know, you get this instantaneous response from everybody about where you should go. And it's interactive, and it's community. So that's been one of the value propositions we've had going on. Where would you like to see this platform go? And I guess, what's the value to you? You know, going now that we're moving into a post-COVID, not that there is such a thing, but after the actual, you know, hopefully you guys are going to be able to get more people in your restaurants, things like that. So I would just love to hear some opinions about where, if you think there's any holes in what we're doing, or what you would like to see in the future. You know, one of the challenges we have is we all have other jobs. We've been all doing this on a volunteer basis. So eventually we've been thinking about, you know, either sponsorships, or, you know, getting real estate people to potentially advertise. We've talked about maybe a Pandora type business model for the members, maybe, where everybody gets access. But if you want the extra content or the extra supper club stuff, maybe you pay a monthly fee. I don't want to charge the restaurants, at least not like, you know, so a lot of people are paying for social media. They're paying someone $300, $500 to $1,000 a month to do their social media. And then they're paying another God knows what in marketing or whatever. Maybe we can bring all of those costs down and fold it all into one now that we have this platform, maybe. I'm just trying to think of ideas that we can do going forward that you guys will get benefit, and we'll be able to keep doing this. So, Mike, do you want to start off and address that at all? Or?
Yeah. Well, thank you. In more ways than one, both you and Ian and your wife for putting up with this, your live radio program every day. You're awesome. as I just mentioned, you know, this has got such value. You couldn't buy this. It's just an amazing thing. With the reach we have, you have to monetize it because then it makes sense at some level. I know that we're all in a position where cash flow is a challenge. I haven't really, I think about this because what you're doing is worthy at every level. It provides a service to everyone. And for that, it's been gratis to this point. How it evolves, I'm not quite sure, but I don't think we're going back to normal, at least in, I mean, people will succumb to this, and that's a tragedy. You know, it's a tough thing. I mean, I could speak for myself, and I would say I would be willing to contribute some percentage of sales that were derived directly through the site, because I think you bring value to me, and for that value, I think there should be compensation of some sort. You are advertising, you are marketing, you are pushing, you are the cheerleader, you're everything good about what needs to happen now, and it has value. You know, when, you know, people, you know, they pay per click. When people just click on they pay per click. Well, if the number's right, then why not? Because I've seen in the last 3 weeks, my sales, now I don't do any dine-in anymore, obviously.
Right.
I'm only open 5 hours a day. It has value to me. I would pay something for sales that are derived through the website, through this platform, because it's got value. You've demonstrated it has value. It has tremendous value. It's our jobs as operators to be nimble, to be flexible, to be able to adapt. Now, in some cases, that's not going to be possible. There are no restaurants models that I know of that were built to operate and succeed at a 25 or 50%, you know, revenue stream, so to speak. So there's going to be mortality, no doubt. But I think being able to, through, you know, talking with people like this, and all of us getting around and doing best practices, or how'd you come up with that, or what were you thinking when you did that? I think that it will, you know, get a light bulb going, and someone's going to go, oh, I could do that with my seafood chowder, or something along those lines. People, our customers, our guests, our market of 20,000 plus hungry people every single day. When anyone comes to my store, I said, oh, are you? Oh, no, I never heard of that. Or yes, I've heard of that. People who are ordering my pot pies weren't my guests. And I go, oh, you know, so what I'm doing is there's a call to action. So for example, one of my ideas, which I'll let you know how it worked out next week, is within every pot pie that everyone orders this week, there's going to be a coupon discounting my promotion for Thursday, which is what I do. My pot pie is not my signature item. I did this once before after 9/11 to get that comfort, warm feeling, which is working. But that's not what I want to do. What I do, which is my charcoal chicken. So that'll be my Thursday promotion. I'm fortunate. My wife does social media, and she's a graphic designer, and she's unbelievable. If anybody needs help, please let me know. She's more than capable. She did Restaurant Associates in New York, national, and so she's very savvy with a lot of the techniques and methodologies that have helped serve us here. But I want now it's what they call a bounce back. I'm giving them something, and I'm going, oh, look at this. I get $5 off or whatever it is if I order on this Thursday. It'll only be good for that Thursday. I'm trying to test the market to see how deep I can go into their pockets, what kind of brand loyalty I can get. If Tuesday becomes not Taco Tuesday, but it becomes Pot Pie Tuesday, then I've carved my niche, right? And that's all I want is my little slice of the pie. Like that.
Okay. Rosa, we'd love to hear from you.
So I stopped working at my family's restaurant about 4 years ago. And I just came back on the scene 4 months ago, before this all started. Actually 5 months now. So to say that this is all brand new, to me, this is all brand new, but I can also sit here and say that it has been the one thing that has saved us. I wasn't sure that we were going to make it throughout the week. You know, we went from selling anywhere to, you know, 3,000 to 10,000 a night to selling $212 sometimes. And so it was a massive hit. Going forward, yeah, I think that we all need to stay and be a part of what's happening, because it's also allowing us to be creative and think out of the box. You know, we've been so complacent with, this is what works for us, we have a name, but now we're reaching customers that, like Mike was saying, we've never met before, that never knew that we existed. And it's because of this platform. And it's not only allowed us to keep our doors open, we've now been able to bring back 2 of our staffers from our kitchen staff. Moving forward, what it's going to look like, I don't know what it's going to look like, but I do know that it is a benefit to us, not only in the business, but in the family as well. You know, my papa had spent those first few nights not sleeping, thinking that this was it, you know, after 7 years of hard work. And then one of our customers told us about it, and we've been moving ever since. We post, I try to post every day to every other day, just to keep things fresh into people's minds. So yeah, John, you know, whatever this looks like moving forward, we definitely want to be a part of it, because it's a forum like no other, you know, because it's focused to Delray.
Yeah.
So there's a focus there, and it's a focus to all the restaurants and all of the residents of Delray. And so it's giving us an opportunity to be able to reach people that we've never reached. So whatever it is, however it looks like, we want to continue moving forward after this is all over.
Okay.
So
Mark, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think you have something else you want to finish off? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
Well, things are just going to change dramatically. You know, even when the state opens, well, now our counties open back up again, you know, working at 25% capacity, it's going to be tough. So we're constantly having to think out of the box. This to-go thing and this flash mobbing thing, if it continues to move forward, it is that one thing that's going to fill in those holes that, you know, opening the way that they are is not, opening at 25% is not going to allow us to meet those sales quotas that we used to meet before, right? So,
well, yeah, it's an interesting thing, because I've heard, I didn't go, but I heard Rodney and a bunch of restaurant people got together, and they said, by opening our restaurants to 25%, it just gives us a slow death as opposed to a quick death. You know, it's still death. It's just a slower death.
Yeah.
And I think that was a pretty profound statement, whoever did say that. And I think it really, a light went off in my head, like they're absolutely right. You know, restaurants operate on a 9% margin, you know. If you can get more than 9%, you're doing well. I think, you know, so something's got to give. Either prices have to go up, rents have to come down. Something's got to give here. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Even 50% capacity, that's not great. You know, I mean, Tina, your restaurant, you guys do 3 turns on a Saturday night. You know, you got to do those 3 turns. You know, you got to get those people in, out, do it again. And, you know, you do that in half, you're going from 300 dinners a night, 300 covers a night to 100. That's not going to cut it. You know, and you know, something's going to have to give here. The rents or the prices have to go up, you know, or a combination thereof. So yeah, it's going to be a different animal going forward for sure. Mark, I know you're new here, but do you have anything to say about the platform, what you like about it? I know one of the challenges has been finding the menus. And kind of this folds into both, just to give you guys an idea of where we're going. This kind of folds into both. So we are looking to potentially get this to be some type of revenue generating. So perhaps I would love nothing more than to do this 24/7. creating content, working with the build out. So the first thing is menus have been a challenge. People can't find them when they want them. They are not in the right place. They don't know how to navigate the group page. So we've got somebody who's donated their talents to make us a website. So the website's coming along. Eventually we want to have everybody go there. So when they click on Delray, they can click Delray on, boom, the menus for the day will pop up, the schedule for the week will pop up, and from there you can navigate your way around nice and easy on a web page. And then from there we'll kind of see, okay, now, can we capture emails maybe over there? We can offer offers, give out swag, hats, shirts, if you give us your email, and kind of start building it organically off of the Facebook. We'll always use Facebook. And Facebook's been great. They're actually doing a story on us. A girl out on the West Coast was like, we want to do a little thing about how people are using Facebook for good. And we heard about your story. And so we're sending them media and stuff like that. They may put something together there. But,
just got off the phone with her, John. She sounds excited.
Awesome. Yeah, Jeanette's working with them. She's our media person now. So yeah, they want to do like maybe so when you're on there, they do their little commercials or something. So it'll pop up real fast. And it'll show like, I don't know, they'll put something together. So we're trying to get that website set up, and potentially that's kind of where, and we're potentially looking at it being a content driven. One of the other things I wanted to ask you guys is, I know one of the big controversies with restaurants now is delivery. I think the cat's out of the bag through this whole thing about delivery being a challenge. 30% mark off they ask you to do, or 15%. And then from there, they're charging their fees. Someone just posted a video. I didn't put it up though. I declined it. It was actually the guy from Delray Beach Shores. He had his camera in the back on, I guess. And some delivery dude's guy, I guess he spilled something in his thing. So he just turned the whole thing out, dumped it right on the ground in this guy's parking lot, went in the car and drove off. So we didn't post that, but I think they're going through a lot of what do you call it? A clapback, or a lot of lashing out at them. They're, people are realizing, wow, you guys took 30% off of the deals, and then you go ahead and you charge that back, and then you throw a delivery charge on top of that. Really? So what I'm trying to say here is, we have an opportunity, maybe if we're creating a page where we've got revenue coming in from different areas, if we're getting sponsorships by real estate companies and we're putting them on there, maybe we're charging a nominal fee to the restaurants and we're doing some of your social media for you, we're posting for you, or we're helping, with different areas of that as well. Maybe we're working with landlords who have restaurants and kind of helping them oversee the restaurants. We can work with the restaurants maybe. But I'm saying if we have different revenue streams, maybe we could offer a delivery service to go in here as well. That's not one of these 30% type things where maybe they can deliver. Maybe they're just working on their tips. Kind of like the Delray, what was that? The golf cart guy that used to be here. What was that?
Downtowner?
The downtowner.
The downtowner. They didn't charge anything. They just worked off tips, and that was plenty. Plus they had some ad revenue coming in. Maybe something like that. Would you guys be interested in that kind of a format?
We definitely would, John. We've been trying to reach delivery dudes now for 2 weeks, because we're paying them 20% out of every check that they deliver, and we're just trying to get them to lower it, and they won't return our calls.
Can I just step in here?
Absolutely.
This is a whole nother subject with it, but if we all get together and we demand a set price, we act as one. And if we say none of us want to use your service, they have to lower their rates.
Yeah. I know we were one of the first restaurants that signed up with delivery dudes when they opened up, and we're one of the restaurants still paying a high percentage rate where others are paying a lot less.
Yeah, everybody's all over the board.
Yeah.
We got rid of them for over a year, and we just took them back through this whole COVID thing because we felt like we actually needed them and we could handle the business. But we negotiated lower than what they wanted, but not as low as what we wanted. But we reached, a middle ground, but it's still a lot. And on top of it, our servers aren't being tipped on any of it. So
that's actually a really good point. We have a deal with delivery dudes in our locations, and they're our only delivery company. and we were getting 15%, but then if you get to a certain level, it goes to 20. It's kind of backwards what the normal deal should really be. The more we do, we should get less. We should have to pay less is what I mean. That's usually how it works. The better the customer you are, the better deal you get. It's actually the opposite. The only thing I like about delivery dudes is they pay you when they order. That's actually a bonus, because we've had other companies that we've been chasing hundreds of dollars because they haven't paid yet. But I'm with all you guys on we kind of are all being taken advantage of in a way. And every time we do a discount, we don't get they don't, delivery dudes isn't part of that discount. So it's double hitting us and everything like that. But to answer your question about the format, my biggest thing I can say about this whole entire thing that you're doing is, first of all, I think it's great. People should be very appreciative. I know they are. We are very thankful that there's somebody out there that's actually looking out for the industry. So that's awesome. But what I like about it is the positive nature. So the entire internet, whether you're talking about politics, your food, your restaurants, your what store to go buy a suit in, it is half the people are saying it's good, half the people are saying it's bad. Or how can you say that? It's just all negative. What I love about this forum is it's all positive. My whole life, we've been in the restaurant business, but my whole life, I go out to eat a lot, used to. We spend a ton of money out. I have had the worst situations in my entire life, and I've had the best. Neither one I write about on the internet. If I don't like something or it was so rude, I never go back. I don't feel like my 2 sentences have to be heard by everyone that has to hear them. It's my personal choice. You may have had the greatest responsibility. I mean, you might have had the greatest meal in the world at this place that I had a terrible meal in. So I'm not going to go in. The owner could be, wheeling his mother at a nursing home right now, and it's not even his fault or her fault. So this whole entire internet nonsense, we're lucky enough to have pretty decent reviews. I'm sure everyone on here is, but you get the one joker every once in a while that, you don't give them you give them a wrong, the burger's cooked medium, it's supposed to be medium rare. It happens. When we were up and running, we were doing, 600 covers a day. Okay. When we're in the middle of the season, if we get too long, that's kind of our average, and it's the end of the world for some people. So the next thing, you wake up the next day and I can't believe I went there and I ordered medium and it was medium rare. It's the worst thing in the world. I can't to deal with it. And it's just like, give me a break. So what I love about this, and I think that this is why this could take over, is because you go on and you see what's good. That's it. You don't see what's bad, right? You don't hear about their opinions. I don't really care about anyone's opinions. You might love sushi and I may hate sushi. And so if I go to a sushi place, my interaction is going to be different than yours. The people out there that think that they have to be heard are the ones that shouldn't be heard. So anyway, I've said this 1,000.
I love that.
I've already said this a million times in this thing, but this forum is so great because it's an idea. It's hey, these people have pot pies on Tuesday. Okay, if I want a pot pie, I'm going to go there on Tuesday. It's not, hey, I had a pot pie and I got it and it was cold in the middle, or was this? It's just positive, optimistic, refreshing, awesome, like news. That's what it is. And that John Krasinski or whatever is doing that Some Good News right now. I don't know if you've seen it. And my God, my family and I get together every week and we watch it because you know what? It's enjoyable, it's fun, and it doesn't beat you into the ground with negativity. So to answer the question, love the forum. We would love to be part of it forever and always. In every chapter that you guys are doing, love the positivity of it. I think it will beat the hell out of Yelp and all this other nonsense that people think they're like food experts and they live in a basement somewhere. You know what I mean? So we love it. And
have you guys seen the Sal Maniscalco comedy routine? You sound like you're using a lot of this stuff from
I did. I love that
these people that get on. Yeah, he's like, now they got the internet.
Exactly.
People were in their basement. And now they can be heard. Yeah. It's funny. I posted it the other day because it was so hilarious. But yeah, you bring up great points. Absolutely. Yeah.
I love it. I think it's going to go a long way, and I think we'll be part of it forever. Whatever it turns into, when this whole thing, every day that passes, that you should be rewarded, or not even that that's what you're looking for, but this thing should be a platform for people to be successful. And it is a great avenue. So that's my take. We support it in every location we are in. And if you ever need anything from us, let us know. But we love it.
What about if we were able to fold that delivery into this somehow?
Love it. Right now, I have finally made contact with a delivery dude's guy. He's a manager of the corporate monster. And he has been the greatest. He's really good. Our Wellington guy, franchisee, that owns the delivery dudes, is pretty good. We've been with him for about 7 years. He's a good dude. Every time I call him up, he's like right there. He does our things. If I need a badge for this, I need this. But yeah, it's a joke. I mean, really, every $10 you spend, you're giving $2 back. And you can't really do much more of that. The reason why we like it in normal times is because it's an addition to what we're doing. So we can't deliver. So it's maybe those guys walk in 20 times a day, right? And that's 20 maybe orders that we wouldn't get. That's how we look at it. But right now, yeah, our girls and guys are working there like 8 hours a day. And we have these people coming in and giving them $20 as a tip. Oh, we know you're working hard. And then delivery dudes, you have $1,000 in sales and delivery dudes, not $1 in tips. And these guys, our staff is working hard. They're got their masks on, and they're in the hot kitchen, and they're getting all these food, and they're getting to the thing, and they're being polite, and they're, making a fraction of what they were making. So I would love to have a universal delivery situation that would work better for sure. Absolutely.
Do it, John.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to keep this a little more than an hour, so I want to wrap this up. Anybody got we'll do another one. I just thank you so much for being part of the first one. Does anybody have anything they want to add to this before we go ahead and sign off?
Yeah, I think it was Tina said, collectively, we have power.
Big voice.
Independently, we have little. I had DoorDash come to me again, and I said, before you say a word, are you flexible in well, we're getting 26% now. We're not. I said, how are you guys staying stuck in a model that no longer exists?
Right.
And so I reject them, and I stay exclusively with delivery dudes, and I have success with them, and I'm good with it. But I think there's a better day and a better way, and I think vis-a-vis this, you become our union rep at some level. And you work with them because you now bring all of us to bear, and they should take care of you also. There should be a little vig on the backside for you bringing all of us into the fold for 15% or 12%. I mean, look, they have a business model like we have a business model, and I'm not here to determine what their fees should be. It's a brilliant business model. I said, all right, if I can pay a guy $10 an hour, $12 an hour, he makes 4 deliveries. This is smart. It makes good sense. At some point, it doesn't make any sense or any dollars. So we're at that tipping point. I think there's something to be had there as another avenue to follow for you all, or for John, and as this evolves. I just made a couple of notes, but if anyone wants to collaborate, there's a husband-wife team who's been posting. She's making pies, Estella Lopez or something like that. She's and Joe is. They worked in New York, and I said, you guys want to do something collaboratively? Because I don't really do desserts. I have some things I do within the store, but maybe I can help them out. They can use my kitchen. I can bring them into the fold or something else. And I spoke to Jason over at Mia. I think there's strength in numbers, and there may be best practices that we can do, and we can sit down and go, hey, you know what? I love your burger idea. I got a wood-fired grill. I'm just spitballing.
I like that. I like it a lot. I like the collaboration. I think it's pretty cool. Joe worked for us as a busboy. Just
Oh, yeah.
to let you know that. Yeah.
What are you thinking right
I'm getting his pasta tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is a small town, and welcome, Mike, to our small town. We love that what you've put into this restaurant industry here in our small town. So welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, and I'll tell you, it's a joy. And we all feel each other's pain, which is a very comforting sort of. It's comforting. There's a little Teflon to this beating. But I feel very confident that we'll be able to evolve, and we'll be better than we were. I mean, like like all of us, our labor's down. I mean, I use less charcoal now. I mean, everything is down, down, down. How do I now increase sales? And this is a great way, and I look forward to eating everyone's food. And thank you, John. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you, John.
You're on mute, John. You're on mute. John,
Oh, I just want to say one last thing. I have like a lot of experience when it comes to disposables. Disposables would be all the things you pack things to go in, from the bag to the solo cups to the paper to the fiber to the plastic to the, whatever. So if anyone has any questions, because I've already been in this and I was in the groove, so it was easy for me I saw it coming, so I stockpiled, you know what I mean? But that's now dwindling, and who's got what. And I think that maybe collective buying might be a way to go also. Because instead of me buying 4 cases of this, you getting 2 cases for the one night, maybe we create some sort of cooperative that we can go to Dade or some of these other people who are out here, or maybe there's somebody looking to cut their teeth in this industry, and actually a small guy or girl's looking at me, I got it, I can do this, I can bring it, you gotta give me 50 cases. Well, I can take 10, you can take 3, all of a sudden we have some buying power. So just like we're talking about going to delivery dudes or whatnot, we could possibly also harness the power of this disposable world, because this is now a big cost. Dishwashing, not so much. I put all my plates in China and flatware in my garage. My chairs are going there next, So it's a work in progress. So I think there's ways, again, Tina, whatever, Mark, Rosa, anyone, certainly happy to.
I think you bring up, that's kind of one of what we're getting is this collective thing. And to Tina's point and to your point, collectively, we're stronger. Whether it's bargaining with delivery dudes or whether it's getting your disposables. If you're ordering 35 cases, Tina's taking 5, Rosa's taking 10, Mark's taking 10, you're taking 10. Now you've knocked your price down. It all adds up. You guys know that. It all adds up, man. You save a couple of pennies here, you save a couple of pennies there. Rosa, go ahead.
I just want to say, John, like if we did like a whole website thing, like what you're talking about, and all the restaurants went on there, and I don't know if this is even possible. It's just what's going in my head right now, but that each one has a link. And so when they're able to link on, let's say, so they have the link for Papa's Tapas, right? And they link onto Papa's Tapas, but they're also able to order online. Instead of having to call the restaurant, they just look at the menu right there and order online. I think that would be awesome.
So
yeah. I've been thinking our POS system is for dining in, and I'm still haven't figured out a good way of doing this takeout, because it does require a little bit of a tweaking, I think, and something where you can order online would be awesome, because our phones can't handle the calls.
So I'm going to suggest that everybody take a look at Third and Third. They closed and then they reopened. I ordered their crawfish last week. Probably one of the most seamless, frictionless transactions I've ever had ordering food online. And, it was a small menu, so everything was like, which one do you want? It had that little Amazon thing where you can plus and minus it. You can go 1, 2, 3, and then boom, it goes right into your credit card. And it asks you, hey, do you want us to save this information? Which, of course, we did. So now the next time I go on to Third and Third, it's going to be even easier because it has all my information there. If you get a chance, check them out, because they closed, and that was what they did. They really wanted to get that online. Go ahead, Mike.
Just, I ordered from them yesterday. I went in to introduce myself to chef, just so I go, hey. And I ordered it, and it was beautiful. And some of the companies that we do business with, like, for example, I didn't go with the smaller, I went for full service dining POS, because I'm an analytic dude, and I want to see what sells when, by whom, at which time of the day on a Tuesday. I want information. I use Meridian Star Future POS as my provider, but they've just offered me an online dining tool that they won't charge me for a period of time. Now, someone has to go to the computer, and it's like there's maybe another tablet, like a delivery dude tablet or something. But you should just call whoever you're doing business with, because everyone needs to modify.
Everybody's pivoting. Yeah, everybody's pivoting here. Not just you guys. Go ahead, Rosa.
But what I'm saying is that if on your website, you had all the restaurants, right? So if I go, if someone wants to order a paella from Papa's Tapas, boom. But if they want to order dessert from Two Fat Cookies, boom. If they want to order, I don't know, drinks from Philip, boom. And then your delivery service can bring all three.
Right.
It's an idea. Maybe I'm too far-fetched with it, but
maybe it's cheaper. Yeah, I'm thinking that way too. Maybe it's cheaper, you know, if we can get some revenue going here, if we built out our website. So instead of everybody individually building out your restaurant sites to do the online ordering, we do the online ordering, and then that gets shot over to you guys, and you just pick like you know, ticket comes out of the computer. There you go. It's all been paid for. It's all been good. At the end, you settle your account. I don't know. But there's got to be, maybe that's the value proposition for you guys through us. Something to think about.
it's the same Delray Market, because they're part of Menon also. So Delray Market approaches us to go into the Delray Marketplace. That's what they're using. So you'll be able to go on their app and order from all the different places. Obviously, you know, doing it this way, our locations are not all close by to each other, but you know, it's not in the same building. But that's what they're doing. You go on the app and you order whatever from each location, and then a server comes and brings you everything.
Interesting.
I just want to say one thing before we go. Is anyone here aware of or taking advantage of something called the cash discount program? Okay. So what this is, think in terms of a gas station. You pay one price for credit, you pay a lower price for cash, right? So I've employed this right from the beginning, and it's now legal in 48 states, including Florida. And what it is this. The menu prices that are on the board reflect the cash price. Now, if you're a chain, I don't know if you're a franchise, I'm not quite sure of the implication on that, so I can't speak that. But for freestanding, so right now I have a sign. It's so big, it's right by my POS. That's by law, I have to have that. And it says, cash discount program. If you choose to use a credit card, debit card, or any form of plastic, basically, we will add 3 3/4%, some people do 4, to your check. So I've basically been doing that from the get-go. And I see 3 3/4%. It's really 7.5%, because it's 3 3/4 I'm not paying, and it's 3 3/4 I'm keeping. So the guest pays to use the credit card. And 1 out of 150 people read it and have something to say about it. But I'm just saying it's additional cash into your pocket, and your credit card processor really doesn't care, because they get a piece of the big one way or the other. And I could share that information with anyone if they want. I don't pay credit card fees, period. I don't pay swipe fees. It's all built in right at the point of sale. People see it and they don't read it. And I watched Delray Fresh and the yogurt place on Atlantic and Linton and in Boca. The guy came in and told me about this. He goes, yeah, they just come in, they swipe. I go, doesn't anyone object to this? And they go, 1 out of 200. And I find the exact same thing. You can always pay cash. I just use the gas station analogy. But my point is you can see right now, unless you're in some type of contracted terms, which I think would be flexible anyway, you could see whatever you're paying in your pocket as opposed without the door. And it's huge for me, because it's anyone. If I told you got 3 3/4% more money right now, you'd take it. And everyone's paying with credit now. Very few people pay with cash, as long as they're made aware of it in advance.
I'd be interested to see the information on that, only because I know when I worked with a company probably about 2 years ago, and we set up something similar to this. You have to be careful with how you word it. And the way that we were instructed to do so was to have the prices that you see reflect your credit card purchases, and then if you pay with cash, we offer a cash discount. I don't think by law at that time you were able to say that this is a credit card surcharge, or if you pay with a credit card, we're going to be charging you more. So just be careful with that and double check it. But I'd love to see if you have the information on that, on how people can do that. If you could send that to John and he can get it to me, I would love to see that, because I'm sure that a lot of other businesses could take advantage of it.
Yeah, my email address, just so you know, is hello@flybirdfood.com.
Okay.
Hello@flybirdfood.com. If you
Real
shoot,
quick, guys, I want to make sure I didn't keep anybody more than an hour. Phil, you got anything you want to add on this or anything you want to say? I'll get your 2 cents in.
Well, thanks for letting me attend, actually. But and if there are future ones, I'd like to as well. But I did want to, if anyone has any feedback on specifically with take-home beverage, what your experience is with that. I mean, I assume you, Michael, and you, Mark, don't have that, but maybe Rosa and Tina have had it, some success or not success with it.
We actually have full bars in 2 of the 3 locations that we run.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
yeah, we're finding that we're not getting a lot of interest on that, only because, I mean, we tried the whole wine thing only because they have it at home for cheaper. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Sometimes you'll get somebody that's outside, but the fact that they
Convenience.
yeah, it's convenience and it's at home. And actually that's happened with our like Coke products also. I mean, we go through this syrup like you can't even believe. And the last 6 weeks, this stuff, we're not selling a lot of, I mean, maybe 1 out of every 10 people will get a Coke to go because they're just heading home and eating it at home, and they have drinks at home or whatever. And they don't want to pay, $2.95 for a Coke when they can have 2-liter bottle for $2. So that's just that's what we've done. But I think that if we do get to open up the outside, I know the 25% isn't help really many people, but if you have an outside situation, that will increase the beverage situation quite a bit. And so I think until we get to that point in Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, we are going to be in this situation where the drinks, and I don't know for everybody else, but we're going to get in that situation where when someone can sit down outside, I think the drinks are going to start flowing again. That's what I think, but we don't know when that's going to happen, but that's just my kind of take on everything.
Papa's Tapas. So we're beer, wine, and sangria, but our sangria has been flying out the door.
That's
It's a
awesome.
homemade recipe that we've had in our family for generations, and we can't make enough of it a day.
Good.
We're having to make
That's because it's the best sangria around.
That's really good.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Or Tina, I don't know who said that because I got to start off, but thank you. So ours has been flying out the door, and I think even I believe Lisa Walsh has been having a great response with her drinks as well. So I just think it's the way that you market it and what it is that you're trying to push.
Well, it's part of your signature, right? I mean, that's what people come there. If you sell them a dish, you're going to also sell them a drink anyway. So if that's part of the identity of your venue, then there you go.
Tina moved into the kitchen. Wow. Nice.
Yeah, I wish this was my kitchen, but I use this as my background. I'm sorry, my phone had a bad reception, so I just ran into the office.
Can I come over?
Yeah.
Phil was
This is
just
it
asking
now.
real quick, and then we're going to get off. He was just asking about like wine sales. And Tina probably doesn't
Sorry, guys, I have to
do any yesterday as far as wine goes or anything like that.
No, I asked everybody if they needed a bottle of wine, and I think I told you I'm having a little bit of a hard time trying to sell my wine. So I'm looking for ideas on that. I mean,
I think across the board, wine sales and any kind of bottled wine or anything like that is difficult. I've seen, and what I've heard from restaurants coming in is that selling bottles of wine isn't really a huge hit right now. However, those mixed drinks is what's really going to get people's attention. That's why Lisa and Rosa are really killing it with the sangria sales and the mixed drinks. Those are things that people can't get at home. I don't keep all of that stuff stocked in my house, and it's easier when somebody can make it for me, and I can go home and have a drink with my, with my meal.
Yeah.
I can order wine and bottled wine and stuff like that from Total Wine and have it delivered to my door.
Right.
Interesting.
How do you guys, not to interrupt anybody,
I
but how
have to go. I have to get down to the restaurant.
All right,
thanks,
Rosa.
Rosa.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye, Rosa.
What do you want to ask real quick?
how do you package that? How do they package the sangria and stuff like that? Is it not a styrofoam cup or
So with the sangria, she does bring your own container, so bring your own carafe or something like that. I've seen a lot of places do bring your own cup, and we'll fill it for you with Guinness, or we'll fill it for you with whatever. Lisa does the styrofoam cups, so definitely it's worth it because you're coming home with a drink that's probably a double drink for the price that you would get a normal drink. So, I mean, it is right now.
The governor waived it. The governor waived it.
They do have to be covered, but yes.
Off premises. But you still have to be careful with the open container with the BYOC. I think I told some of you guys, I got a call from the DDA the first week that we started this saying, hey, I noticed you reposted a photo of someone who took a photo. It looks like it's sangria, and evidently Papa's Tapas is putting sangria into unauthorized open containers and letting people go off premises with them. I think it was almost a veiled threat saying basically it would be a shame if the liquor licensing authority saw that, because that's about a $6,000 fine right there. I said, if you want to find Papa's Tapas in this environment right now, and we take you guys to the court of public opinion, which at that time we had 1,000 people, I said, good luck with that. You know, I said, it's the Wild West right now. These people need to make money any way that they can. And if it's filling up somebody's thing for now, I said, we can cross that road a little while later, maybe when things calm down, but you know, go ahead. I said, go ahead, tell on them. I said, I'll pull the post down, not a problem. I'll pull the post down. But how are you going to prove that that's sangria? You're not there. You're not tasting it. It looks like sangria. It's a photo. You know what I mean? It could be red dye. You don't know. You know. So yeah, it was really interesting. But they were saying, you know, liquor authority could revoke their license. So I'd be careful. A lot of times people are offering stuff at the restaurant. You know, I was having this discussion with people before. You don't necessarily have to put it on the flyer, but once they get there, maybe you can offer it to them and say, hey, this is what we got. And, you know, like with Lisa, she doesn't really announce it too loud, but, you know, she only takes cash. That's it. She doesn't do any credit cards. She does all cash, $10 doubles, mules. People drive in, they get their mules, boom, they drive out. I had Jameson and Ginger there. They've got a very good process of getting that stuff out. But, you know, maybe not, I wouldn't say, you know, maybe be careful about trumpeting that kind of stuff too loud. You know what I mean? You don't want to bring too much attention to yourself.
I got a couple of hurricanes coming today from 3rd and 3rd.
They're good. They're boozy, boy, let me tell you.
Hey,
all right.
Where are you, Philip?
I'm in Delray Beach, but my company, we manage all the Caribbean and Mexico all the way to Argentina for lots of different wines and spirit brands.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As well as cruise lines.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it sucks right now, but I'm as busy as ever. I'm just not doing the fun stuff. I'm just doing the risk analysis and all that fun shit.
Very interesting. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone's time. We'll definitely do another one of these. You know, I think it's a great idea that everybody kind of shares their best practices, what's been working, how we can kind of help going forward, and you know, do this as a team. We don't look at we look at being an ally with the restaurants. Of course, we're going to have to find a way to generate some revenue here so we can stay afloat. But nothing would make me more happy than to be able to do this full time and to be able to work with restaurants on many levels, whether it's social media, whether it's just providing a platform, generating content. I love interviewing chefs. I love, you know that, Michael. I love interviewing people that are in the food industry. I've been in the industry over 30 years myself. So I've got great empathy for everybody and what you guys do. You know, it's one of the most intimate experiences you can have is when somebody feeds you food. Yep. And it's a trust. It's a love, and when people do it right, that's it, man. Just feed me. When people do it right, it's just, you know, it's a transfer of love, and it's like no other business in the world. It's blue-collar skill workers. It's the last bastion of small business, I think. Everything else is getting gobbled up by the big guys. No, it's the one thing that they really can't gobble up, because I want to see Tina when I go into J&J, and I want to see Michael when I go into Flybird, and I want to see Mark when I go into Lindbergh's, or somebody there, you know, that I know that knows me. And it's my fear that out of this, we're going to get a lot more Cheesecake Factories and Bennigan's and Fridays. And that would just, that would be a sad world. And I don't want to see that happen. So if we can provide a flat platform where we can make a little bit of money, you guys can make a lot of money, and we can make this whole synergy work with everybody, that would be the ultimate goal here. So I appreciate everybody's time, and have a great day, everybody. Okay.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.